Hi. In this segment, I will show you how to find the managers behind the job offer so that you can reach out to the people who really care instead of reaching out to an HR person for whom you are just a sheet of paper or a few dots on the computer screen. And let me very quickly show you why this is so important to reach out to the managers instead of HR. Let me share my screen with you so you can see it very quickly. So what you see here is the German language job offers in Germany versus the English language job offers in Germany. And actually this graphic is a little bit out of date. Now there are more than 1 million open jobs in Germany, and will just get more and more because our population is old and there are no young people to replace them. Therefore, we have to hire more and more people from abroad to fill more and more empty positions. That's good news for you. But if you look a little bit to the right of the screen, then you see that the number of English language job offers is still tiny. It's about 3% of all job offers. But what I want to show you here is something different. Look again at the German language job offers on the left, and you will notice that half of them have a telephone number and a contact person that you can reach. In other words, in the job advertisement, there is the name of an HR person and the telephone number that you can call to reach out to her. That shows you already that the need in German language companies is much, much bigger than in English language companies. Because if you look at the tiny red line on the right, nearly none of them have a telephone number that you can call. And if you know any of the typical typical English language companies like Trivago and so on, they might have a telephone number, but no one will ever pick up the phone. Even my small company, Immigrant Spirit GmbH, that I founded in 2013, when we were recruiting for Trivago, for the Red Cross in Germany, for Games and others, we got more than 1,000 job applications every single week. So we wouldn't pick up the phone, because if we would pick up the phone for everyone, we would not have time to actually do any work. German language companies, much different situation. They get much less applications, especially if they're not in the top 40. And there you have the chance to actually reach someone in HR. But HR is always the second best option because they don't know about the real job. And quite frankly, they also don't care that much. You want to reach out to the manager because the manager, they really have goals to achieve. They have deadlines to meet and problems to solve. And I will show you now how to do this. Don't worry, it's pretty easy, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Let me walk you through the process step by step. So in the last chapter, you already did your homework and you found 5 fitting job offers that you are interested in, for which you want to apply. So let's say, for example, that the position that you try to apply for is this one, in Marley Spoons, analytical specialist in Berlin. Marley Spoon is a great company. I interviewed them very recently about exactly this position. It's no accident that I found it. And if you want, you can listen to my interview with the hiring manager on immigrantspirit.com. It's Immigrant Spirit Podcast 39. Marley Spoon turns a frown into a smile. So how would you do this now if you wouldn't have the chance to listen to my podcast if you don't know about this? Well, you need to find a manager anyway. And the way how you do this is, you know the position, you know the company, you know the place where you will work, which is Berlin. And you use this information to go to Xing. One moment. You head over to Xing with your premium account, which you already purchased for, I don't know, €7 per month, I think it's at the moment. And you go to members. You look for members because every job is actually offered by a person and you want to find a person. So the first settings that you will use is, of course, the company's name, because you will narrow down your choice. It's Marispoon. You also know the city where this job is offered. It's Berlin. So you can use that as well. In small companies, this might not be necessary. In big companies with thousands of employees, it's very important to narrow down the search results. So with just these two keywords, Marispoon and Berlin, you already narrowed down the search to 28 potential people. But you can narrow it down even more. One of them, Fabian Siegel, of course, we filmed at his office several years ago with Immigrant Spirit. A great guy, so kind, and really someone who has this international spirit. And he actually wants to hire people with a very international background because he knows it's simply good for his company. But Fabian is the CEO of the company, and you don't want to reach out to the CEO for every position. You want to reach out to the person who is directly above you, the person that you will report to. That's the manager that you are looking for. So you are looking for an analyst position, so you type in analyst. And already you have only four potential people that you can reach out to. There is the head of operations for Europe, the global head of culinary, one of the co-founders, and a software developer. So you try to find your superior officer, the head of your department. If you find this person, that's perfect. Then you will approach him, and that's the best choice that you can do. The direct person that you will report to. If you can't find that person, then you pick your best choice, because what I learned from long time working with my clients in the Expats job offer guarantee is this: even if it turns out that the person that you reach out to is not the right contact person for you, when you get to talk to them, what usually happens is that they will say, hey, you know what, I'm the wrong person to talk to, but give me a day and I will find out to whom you need to talk to and I will introduce you to. So you will live in the real world, not in a fantasy world. So we make use of the choices that we had. I would not reach out to the co-founder because this is too high for this level, but you could reach out to, for example, to the head of operations, who might not be the right person for you to approach, but he will be able to help you. Or you reach out to one of the software developers in order to approach their level. And here's a little trick. Let's say we want to approach the software developers. In the next email, sorry, not in the next email, in the next chapter, sorry, I will explain to you how to draft a message to this contact person, a message that they will want, that will make them want to engage with you. But here's an additional trick that I can show you. And I showed it once already in the last video. I want to repeat it here because it's so useful. Now that you found your target person, the best choice that you have available, you want to reach out to them with a message that's really personal, that's interesting, and that makes this person curious to talk with you. So you need to spend some time to research this person. And while you do this, you can also look which kind of jobs did this person have in the past. And you might identify other companies who are very similar to the company where you want to apply to, who are looking for very similar people than you are, with similar professional backgrounds than you have. And you might find additional opportunities where you can apply for jobs. So, for example, in this case, you looked for Marispoon and you found out, oh, there's a company called Mobile Jobs GmbH. Maybe they might be good employers. Or Rails Girls Summer of Code, that seems to be like a coding camp. camp or press relations GmbH. Maybe they need people like you, and you have additional job opportunities there. So I know this was a very fast walkthrough. Feel free to watch the video again. It's actually quite simple. You just use common sense. You go to Xing, you go to the advanced search to members, you type in the company's name, and then you play around with the search criteria until you find the perfect person to approach. Well, that wasn't too scary, was it? No, pretty simple. We use our common sense. There's no magic in what we are doing here. It's just common sense that we implement over and over again. Find a fitting job offer, go to Xing, go to the extended search, type in the company's name, type in search criteria until you narrow down the list, until you find either your direct supervisor in the future, the person to whom you will report when you get a job, or the next best choice. Sometimes I get asked, yeah, what do I do if I don't find the direct supervisor? You pick the best choice, because I can guarantee you from long experience, if you get this person to talk to you, they are good people. People are good and helpful as long as you make it very easy for them. So if you make it easy for them to help you, they will say, hey, I'm the wrong person to talk to. Give me a day, I find out to whom you need to talk, and then I introduce you. And then you reach your goal. So your homework, you have already 5 job offers. Now you need to find the 5 managers that you want to reach out to in the implementation phase of our course, which will start on Thursday. I hope you are already excited. If you bought the Water It Down do-it-yourself version, then you can already start with the next video and reach out to the managers then. Now might be a good time for you to consider upgrading your do-it-yourself version to the standard version so that you can join us in the weekly live coaching call, because you will have some questions once you start to implement. And let me tell you, don't underestimate how important this energy boost is. This ability to exchange your experiences with others in the group and to ask advice directly from me in the live coaching sessions. Because the most important part for you to get results is to stay motivated and to be able to mirror what you are doing and to reflect what you are doing and to get some advice on how to improve. So if you want, reach out to upgrade your do-it-yourself version to the standard version. If you have the standard version, good choice. See you in the next chapter, and I wish you success.